welcome to RSR Autos.
And this is the 2015 Lexus RX 350.
And today we'll be reviewing it.
Let's get right into it.
So here we are at the front of the Lexus RX 350, and we're gonna go into the hood here. So, open. A hydraulic lifter, so you don't need to have the holder. Right off the bat, you can see there's lots of plastic covers. Actually, from my angle, you can barely see any metal. I assume Lexus has this to protect everything, but there is also the hood, so it's kind of redundant. Coming over here, you have a battery cover, so I guess you have to remove this battery cover before you jump start the engine. Engine coolant, you have to remove this before filling the engine coolant. Lots of plastic overall.
Yeah, and moving on to the high performance engine powering this beast, we have a 3.5 liter V6 with 270 horsepower and 248 pound-feet of torque, and it's naturally aspirated form. The engine code is the 2GR-FE, so it's not quite a 2JZ, but it has origins from there. So here we are at the front of this beast. One thing that's very noticeable for this particular year is these LED lights. We have 6 individual bulbs at the bottom, included with these daytime running lights at the top. Also, fog lights are standard, and we have this iconic Lexus grille. This was before they made everything so massive, and it looks pretty good. We also have standard sensors along the front.
4 sensors in the front.
Yeah, just to help with parking and all that.
Just bringing it back to the headlights. So only the spotting strip over here is LED. The top lights over here are actually halogen. And this is the first year Lexus added LED headlights to this model, which is kind of odd because the year after, in 2016, they did a complete facelift. Complete
redesign. So, moving on to the side, one cool feature that I noticed right away is this on the side mirror, this turn signal. This can help people in the rear as well as on the sides look. 19-inch rims, all-season tires. Mud flaps behind each front tire and the rear tire. Roof rack, which was an option.
Yep, it was an option.
Yeah, put your skis or bike up here. And
tinted windows. I believe this actually came out of shop.
Yeah, it's from factory. Rear windows are tinted.
Yeah, this is the back of the Lexus RX 350. You can see there's also 4 sensors over here. Backup camera right here, standard. And of course, this is the last year they had this back. In 2016, they did a complete redesign. It looks very good.
And one thing I noticed is that the exhaust tip is kind of hidden. If you come down over here, you can see it. I guess just for aesthetics, Lexus doesn't. It's not like, this isn't really a racer car. They're not really focused on the exhaust. But yeah, so moving on to the trunk, we got a power tailgate.
Also, that's roughly about 4 seconds. Yeah, pretty average speed.
We have, like, on this part right in front of the trunk, we have this plastic cladding just to help getting things in and out so you don't scratch the paint. We have a cargo cover, which is standard.
Wow, it does stay. It's a mat.
Down here.
2 layers of mats.
Yeah. Extra storage down here. If you come up closer, you can see. And just a spare tire. And
it's pretty convenient.
Yeah. How many
clean.
cubic feet?
So this Lexus, behind the second row of seats, it has 40 cubic feet of space, which is a good amount for an SUV this size compared to the Honda Pilot, which is a bigger SUV. It's a 3-row. Yeah. The Honda Pilot has a 47.6 cubic feet stored cargo area, so it's a little bit bigger, but not too much bigger. However, something I like to point out is that although it does have a lot of space, the shape of it is a little odd because it does have
like a sloping rear
over here. Yeah. So if you guys have just a big square box, it can't really fit. But it's great for groceries. You can even protect your groceries from the shade by this cover. Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it for the trunk. Just close it with this button at the top.
Hey there, welcome to the back of the Lexus RX 350 2015.
So right away, standing at 6 feet tall, I notice I have so much leg room back here. It's actually pretty comfortable. It's a nice place to be. Right here in the middle seat, we just have extra storage over here, which Richard thinks that this looks like a woman physique rear end. And more cup holders, 2 cup holders at the back. And that's about it for rear storage, except over here, moving on to the doors, we have near the door handle, we have just a small little storage set right over here. And we could place like just small things, as well as like a water bottle holder down here right next to the speaker. Behind the seats, oh, this is kind of cool. You could place your extra storage back here. And as always, just these 2 little basic climate control adjusters.
Yeah, it's interesting to note. Yeah, they nice metallic cover, just a extra touch of luxury.
Yeah.
Not really any climate specific controls like hot or cold, but I guess that's all in the front.
Indubitably.
Yeah, so overall, I think this is pretty nice back area for just kids or
it's just a
carrying
nice place
people
to be.
in general. Yeah, pretty
we have
comfortable.
this nice interior, which I forgot to mention. The nice interior color. It's like this cocoa looking color. I'm sure Lexus has a name for it.
Fancy name, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks really good. So here we are in the front right away. Adjusted seat and steering wheel. And so right away over here, the gauge cluster is partly digital, so it illuminates. So it's not really digital, but it just illuminates when you turn it on. Moving on to the left, we have these.
We have these controls over here. Power windows, control left and right. Pretty standard. And these windows are not heated though. There's also this, and this one controls
Memory seats.
Memory seats, yeah. But it's only on the driver's side. Here you have a nice cup holder for the driver, just so you don't have to use the middle driver like the passenger. You can open the gas pump. Yeah, there is and cool thing, this is the only blank switch in this car. I'm not too sure what it is about. And this right here, this is the handbrake. Here we are back into the center console of this car.
So just looking at the center, right away over here, we have a pretty decent amount of size storage in this center console with a USB aux port. And over here we have 3-way adjustable heated and cooled seats.
That's oddly surprising.
Yeah, for both the driver and passenger. Coin holder down over here. If you're driving very spiritedly, you can turn off traction control by holding this down, this button, and ABS lock over here. Just 2 extra cup holders right over here.
Nice wooden.
Yeah, nice wood trim.
Cover.
Both the passenger and the driver can control the locks and unlocking of the doors. The glove box is sort of big, but got this big owner's manual that kind of takes up a lot of space, but it is a pretty big glove box. Like just the center over here, one thing that kind of looks weird is just this transmission thing. It's just the way it's centered. It's just so centered. It just kind of looks off in a way. But and it also kind of like covers the buttons over here. So we just got the standard climate buttons, the time, CD changer, and control your radio and media. And this is like the center screen, the multimedia screen. And the way that it's controlled is pretty controversial, as we've seen. We have like this mouse pad over here that controls the way you, just adjust everything on here.
It's not a touch screen.
Yeah, it's not a touch screen. And for 2015, honestly, this UI has not aged well at all. But it does the job, but it's just this this scroll wheel thing, it just has not aged well. And Lexus continues to do it in 2021, so.
Yeah, I believe they are still using it, unless if you buy their F Sport package, which now it does come with a touchscreen, but I think it still has this function for the few people who enjoy this over a touchscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I think it's a very nice interior.
Yeah, moving on to the top, you know, just average standard sunroof. Can just adjust it like this, as well as up here we got the mirrors, right? And as soon as you open it, light turns on. That's pretty cool. And you know, just garage link on these buttons. Not sure if the camera's picking it up, but 2 different buttons for the home link on the garage. And yeah, just dome lights up here, and a place to put your glasses.
Sunglasses. Yeah, pretty simple. No dual feature like in the Honda Pilot.
Yeah.
I checked out that video. Does it pass the visor check?
And the visor test, let's do a quick test. Oh, it does pass.
It does. Wow.
Okay. Shout out the straight pipes.
I think that's the first time we've seen that feature.
Actually, it was in the Pilot.
Was it? Oh.
I think it's been all of the cars that we've reviewed, actually. But yeah. So yeah. That's pretty much it for the interior.
Pretty good. It's a very nice for a good like luxury driving experience. You don't want to have too much controls, but
Yeah.
you do want like a car to absorb the miles so you don't feel it. But not very good for car enthusiasts, I would say.
Demonstrating some of the safety features here, we're gonna put on the backup camera and show the sensors in work. So as we go back further,
Not the highest resolution, but
Yeah.
it is a relatively bright screen. It's quite sunny outside. You can see it pretty clearly. Yeah, right there you can see
Starts
it. It senses the curb.
and it tells you like exactly what part of the car is beeping at you. We're trying to park the car. It's kind of a tight spot, and right away this Lexus Park Assist feature just pops up. It's actually pretty cool, helps you drive.
Yeah.
So an interesting feature we have here is the car is currently in park right now, so it's unlocked. But as soon as you take it out of park, it locks right away. And then back to park, unlock.
Let's say the keyless opening feature. Yeah, put your hand in here. Here it comes out to indicate it's unlocked. Let's go in. If you look at the mirrors over here, we do have side view safety sensors, which detects the cars in our blind spots. Very handy for if you fail like a shoulder check, the sensor can save you from a costly accident. Yeah.
See, as you can see, it illuminates when someone's in your blind spot.
Driving it for a few kilometers, it seems very very smooth. You can't really hear a lot, but I guess those are the traits of a luxury vehicle. It's very sound isolated compared to my personal vehicle, at least the Honda CR-V 2005, which thank you for 20k views, guys.
21,000 actually.
21,000.
Yeah.
Whoa. So we're just going up this road. This road's about to go 80. Right now I'm on normal mode. Pretty good.
If we put it into sport mode by moving the thing to here, do you notice any difference, Richard?
A little bit of a difference, but not too noticeable compared to other cars like the Kia Stinger. Of course, it's the SUV, a family SUV. But overall, it drives pretty smooth. You can't really feel like you're going 80 kilometers an hour.
This actually is not my first time driving the RX 350. This was actually one of the first cars I've ever driven. Not this exact car, but like the 2015 model. And as you may have seen from our other videos, I drive a 3 Series. So I was really, the first thing when I first drove this, I was really taken aback at just how different it drives. The steering is much more lighter, which could be attributed to the electric steering.
The steering's pretty decent. It is a little bit assisted, it feels like. But then again, this isn't really targeted towards people who want to feel the steering. It's targeted towards more of like family-oriented people. Not really car enthusiasts, I would say.
Overall, it's like it's about what you would expect from a product from Toyota. Acceleration, it picks up nicely. I mean, we're looking at 270 horsepower, right?
Yeah.
So it picks up pretty nice. It feels high off the ground. Visibility is good. Overall, I would say it's a pretty decent car to drive. Good family hauler. This is definitely a type of car you would want to use, you know. I could see like a mother taking her kids to soccer practice and that type of car. Comparing this to other SUVs we've driven, like the Honda Pilot, Honda CR-V, this probably drives better than both of them, but that could also be attributed to the fact that it's just newer and it's more of a luxury vehicle. So, our final thoughts on the Lexus RX 350.
2015.
Yeah, so what would you say? What do you like and dislike about this car?
Something I really like about this, the interior color is really nice. Lots of stuff that you put your hand on, like the center console.
Yeah.
It's all leather, it's all nicely wrapped. The armrest over here.
Yeah.
Leather, steering wheel, wood,
Yeah,
with leather trim. It's a really nice interior. Yeah, what would you say?
Yeah, overall it's a nice interior. One thing I really like is just the interior color, the cocoa. It looks really nice. The one thing that I pointed out earlier was the shifting knob. The placement of it is sort of weird, and it kind of looks cheap, to be honest, just like the chrome around it and all that. So they could have done a better placement with that. But you know, rear seating, even for full-size adults, it's actually pretty good.
Good for families too.
Driving wise, as we talked about, it's not the best, but I mean, if you're looking at this car, you're probably just interested in a point A to point B vehicle, and this does the job.
With a bit of luxury.
Yeah, with a bit of luxury. Road noise wasn't bad at all. And yeah, you just felt high off the road. It absorbed bumps pretty good. Braking was a little not as good. Like you had to apply pressure when you're going fast, but other than that, I think it's a good car.
It's pretty good, and you know, fuel efficiency is also pretty good. I believe this is 12.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is decent for SUVs.
Decent. And this being the final year before they redesigned it, if you find the following generation a little too stylistic, this is more of a subtle SUV. I see a lot of these on the road actually. And yeah, it looks good.
There's a reason why. New video coming soon on the new RX 350. For part of the reason why I said this is a luxury vehicle with the reliability of a Toyota, because this essentially is a luxury Toyota.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something that's comfortable, great to go from point A to point B, and doesn't break down like some other cars, it's a good choice. Yeah, repairs are also pretty cheap on this.
Yeah, repairs are cheap. So if you're just looking for a reliable car from this 2015, you're probably looking at like a Highlander or a RAV4. This is probably better just in terms of materials and everything. So yeah.
Alright, so thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on RSR Autos. Have a good one. Oh my goodness.